Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to warmly welcome to the Federal Minister for Agriculture and Deputy Leader of the Nationals, our friend Barnaby Joyce.
Michelle, you can introduce me any day. That's first and foremost, to the Deputy Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Australia, the Honourable Warren Truss, to the Executive of the National Party, to the Deputy Leader in the Senate, Fiona Nash, to my colleagues, and I won't name you all, who are still here, and to all those people who have come across our nation to be here today, thank you very much, and it's an absolute pleasure to get this opportunity to say hello. This is a great party. This is a great party and does a great job. As we all know, opposition is high rhetoric. Government is steady and diligent delivery. I want to go through some of the things that we should reflect after 1 year. Everybody is lauding the carbon tax is gone. Well, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, the carbon tax is only gone because of the National Party. We started the fight, and we finished the fight, and we won the fight. And the live cattle trade is back and bigger than ever. And that is another fight that was driven by our party. When others were, sometimes, we had one side that obviously didn't want it, we had to bring the steel back into the coalition and say, this is a good industry. We will stand behind it. We will win this fight. Go with us for this journey because it's the right outcome. And now everybody says it's the right outcome. Even the Labor Party has changed their views. And where did that start? With the National Party. And this gives you some of the sense of worth of our party. And we have to acknowledge that this is probably, there's only one other conference of this party at a federal level, if it happens this time next year, before the next election. We have to be prepared. We have to start telling the Australian people the things we are doing. It's extremely important that we also acknowledge the great work that Warren Truss has done. A $50 billion infrastructure package, this is massive. This is massive. And who, after us in this room, after we've talked about for so long the Inland Rail, we've actually got $300 million on the table to start building it. That's Warren Truss. That's delivery. And that we know that in very short order, we will address, as has been presented to us from the concerns of this room, changes to the Foreign Investment Review Board guidelines. That will happen. Why? Because you asked it to happen. Because it was, and other people said, oh, that's politically incorrect, you can't say that. You wanted it, we delivered it. Because we are a reflection of your desires. We are your servants. We do what you want us to do because that is how the National Party works. I find that it's very hard for me to go through a speech without giving some perverse reflection on some bizarre historical figure, and today will be no different. And so I want to quickly reflect on Gaius Attalus Regulus and Lucius Aemilius Pappus, which you all would know is from the Battle of Telamon. Now, sometimes in life, when you think everything is under control, you've got to be aware of what might be coming your way. Around about 225 BC, before the good Lord, well, the First Punic War had been dealt with down in Corsica and Sicily. The Romans had gone up to the River Po and had subdued the Gauls, and those two gentlemen I just mentioned before had conducted a pretty decisive battle, and everything in Cisalpine Gaul was under control, and everybody was happy. No one was looking over the horizon. No one was thinking. Everybody thought that everything was under control. And then this gentleman, you might have heard of him, Hannibal, turned up with his elephants, and he had a merry old time in the Italian peninsula for about 15 years. We have always got to be aware of where our threats lie. We have always got to be aware of where, when we feel that everything is under control, that our seats are safe, that our party is safe, there's always an imminent threat, and you've got to prepare for it. And people say, well, obviously, if Hannibal came across on an elephant, you must be talking about Clive Palmer. No, not necessarily. Possibly. No, it's anybody. We've got to make sure that we are prepared. I feel that our party is proud. Our party has so much to offer because we're proud of those who give service. We're proud of those who give service. When people say, well, the Defence Force, of course we're proud of them. But this is the party that's also proud of the people in the CWA. This is a party that's also proud of people in St Vincent de Paul. This is a party that's also proud of those who go to their Rotary meetings and run the barbecues or the Apex meetings. Our party knows that a great nation is evenly spread. It is not just stacked up on a corner on the coast. For our nation to grow, we must build the roads to the new corners. We must build the new ports. We must make sure that our regional cities grow. We must make sure that our regional towns have a future. The National Party will always have at its forefront the liberty of thought and the freedom of the individual, tempered by respect for your colleagues. So, ladies and gentlemen, after suffering the final insult of the last speech, I thank you very much for your attention to this conference. It's always a great pleasure and a great privilege to stand before you. I wish you all the best and God bless.